going to show you how to do the type layer for your type portrait project. So as you can see, I have the picture of Chloe here, and we are actually going to open a new project for your type layer. So we are going to go 5 by 5 to make it a square and hit create. Command 0, fit to screen. Then we are going to use your type tool to drag a type box over the entire canvas. Now it is going to give you a bunch of placeholder text, and right now you can see it's at 206 points, which is too big. So I'm going to go 100, hit tab, and then kind of keep going down from there. Maybe 13. Okay. Now in here, this is where you want to type your story. For your brainstorm, you typed a story about the person who is important to you in your life, and that is where you want to type this story. Then at the end of the story, you want to type your 5 words. So let's say Chloe, I have a story about Chloe. Chloe is a wonderful girl who is full of joy and has a bright spirit. She loves to play in the leaves and snuggle her parents. And then my 5 words are bright, joyful, silly, smiley, happy. Okay. Then you are going to Command A, Command C, and Command V. And basically you are going to repeat that, Command A, Command C, Command V, until you fill up the entire canvas. Command A, Command C, Command V. All right, now you'll notice that your type is kind of wonky, so you're going to Command A everything and go to your paragraph. Let's see, window, paragraph. There we go. And you are going to hit justify and hyphenate. And once you do that, it will fill up everything very evenly. So you have a lot of evenly spaced words. And don't worry about the spaces that are kind of extra on these lines, because you're going to duplicate each layer, and the duplicated layers will create a lot of visual clutter, and it will take up all the space. So now I'm going to select everything and just make sure that my type is black. So I notice it is a goofy color right now, and if you want to be very exact, you can say 0, 0, 0, 100, and that is black. And also make sure that it's the right typeface that you want. I do like this typeface. It is fine. It's all capitals. If you want to use some lowercase, it just kind of depends. If you're doing a younger sibling or cousin, you might want to use a more childlike font, but please not Comic Sans. Okay, now we are going to Command J, and we are going to Command T. So lots of key commands. And this one we are going to turn just a little bit to the right. And then we are going to go down to the bottom, Command J again, Command T again, and this one we're going to turn the other way. You can get sort of like a radial design pattern there. And we are going to increase the size of that one a little bit. And then one more time, Command J, Command T, and this one we are going to leave straight across, but we are just going to grow it a little bit here too. Oh. So this one I selected, and I'm just going to try to bring up the typeface just to 14 to see if that makes a difference. And I like the way that looks. Again, you're kind of going for visual clutter here. So now the second one, we're going to lower the opacity to 30%. The middle one, we're going to lower the opacity to 60%. And the top one, we are going to lower the opacity to 75%. And that really makes a big difference here. It gives a lot of depth. So you can kind of see something that maybe would be at the bottommost layer, the middle ground, and then the foreground. Okay. Then on the second one, we are going to double click and add a drop shadow. And you may not see it, so we're going to make sure that the distance is down, the spread is down, the size is down, so we can really make sure that we can see that drop shadow. And then we're going to bring up the opacity, and I can see that there's definitely a drop shadow happening there. Okay, and then same thing for the top one, add that drop shadow, and that one really makes a big difference. I think I'm going to bring down the distance and the spread. The size, just kind of make it look how you want it to look, and I think that looks cool. I like the way that some of these words are overlapping and making it bolder, and you can still kind of see things, right? Girl, bright, play, snuggle, spirit, leaves, joyful, silly. All right, so now once you are done and you've made all of those text changes you want, you're going to click the top layer and then shift click the bottom layer, and you're going to go to layer, merge layers. And right there you have one type layer. So now all of your type is on one layer. So now the final thing is to click and drag this over to your project. Let's do that again. Click and drag over to your project. Oh, okay, not working. So what you can do, and I think it's probably because I don't have my mouse today, is you can Command C, and then you can just go right ahead and Command V, and that will paste right on a new layer on this project. So you're going to Command T, make sure this is bigger. And that is going to be the type layer that we are going to be working with. And don't worry, we're not going to cover up all parts of her beautiful face, because we are going to be using masks and some effects in the next tutorial. Okay?